Tech talent pathway is open to applicants living outside of Canada and those who are living in Canada with the legal status. Applicants must have study and work experience belonging to the specific no codes about which we will be talking about further. Today's topic of this video is Tech Talent Pathway of Saskatchewan. So see this video till the end and subscribe my channel. Welcome to my channel. You are watching Meeta's Vlogs. My name is Gurmeet Singh. Let's have detailed discussion on this program. Tech Talent Pathway category is for highly skilled technology and innovation sector workers who have an offer for a skilled job in Saskatchewan and meet the criteria of the category. There are two ways to be eligible for this category. One is the non-express entry, which we are going to discuss. In this, you do not need to make any express entry profile. You may qualify for this category if you live outside Canada or have proof of legal status in Canada, are not a refugee claimant, and meet the following work experience requirement. Further, these are the requirements which we will discuss now. If applying from in Saskatchewan, currently working in Saskatchewan, and have worked 6 months of full-time work experience in the job with the employer that has provided you the job approval letter. The work experience does not need to be consecutive work experience in either case. Further, it says if you have been working for your sporting employer full time for at least 6 months, then you must have at least 1 year of work experience in your occupation within the last 5 years. But if you have been working for your sporting employer full time for at least 6 months, then in that case also you can be eligible. Further, it says that if applying from the inside or outside of the Canada, 1 year of high skilled related work experience in the past 5 years in your intended eligible occupation. Further, you need to meet the below mentioned requirements. About the language, it says that if currently working for the employer offering you the job meet the language requirements established by your employer in your job offer, your language requirement will be mentioned on the job offer, and whatever is the requirement of the job offer letter about the language, you need to fulfill that. Your employer will be assessing your language ability. So in that case, your employer will see your language ability. Further, it says if not currently working for the employer offering you the job, have English or French language ability of Canadian language benchmark CLB 5 or higher. CLB 5 is very less language benchmark, and I think people belonging to the tech industry, tech department, they easily can get CLB 5. Further, it says be eligible for the Saskatchewan licensing if applicable to your occupation. No code 21311, computer engineers except software engineers and designers. No code 21231, software engineers and designers. No code 21211, data scientists, and no 21310, electrical and electronics engineers will be required to provide a letter from the Association of Professional Engineers and Geoscientists of Saskatchewan showing that an application for registration as an engineer in training has been approved, or provide a letter from APEGS indicating that they have been assigned confirmatory exams. Further, it says you must have a post secondary education that relates to your job you have been offered. So your study must be related to your job, your work experience, your job also, your job offer letter also. Master's or bachelor's degree or a 3-year degree at a university or college, or a diploma that requires 2 year at a university, college, trade and technical school or other post-secondary institution. Further, it says that you need to You need to show your intent to work and reside in Saskatchewan. Further, it says that you must have an offer for an eligible permanent full-time technology or innovation sector job in Saskatchewan. You will need a valid SINP job approval letter to show proof. Employers must register with the SINP and obtain the job approval letter. So you cannot get the job offer letter from any employer. There is a condition: the employer must be registered with the Saskatchewan Immigrant Nominee Program, and that employer needs to obtain the job approval letter. Further, it says they will then provide the job approval letter to you if you meet their hiring qualification. These are the following occupations. These are the eligible occupations. The first occupation is, and the NOC code of that is 20012. This is for the computer and information system managers. The further is 21310, electrical and electronics engineers. The next NOC code is 21311, computer engineers. Next is 21211, data scientists. The next is 21220, cyber security specialist. Further is 21221, business systems specialist. The next one is 21222, information system specialist. The next one is 21233, web designer. The next one is 21223, database analyst and data administrator. The further one is 21231, software engineers and designers. The next is 21230. This is a no code, and this is for the computer system developers and the programmers. The next one is 21232, software developers and programmers. The next one is 21234, web developers and programmers. The next no code is for web designers. Then the next code is for the computer network and web technician. The further one no code is user support technicians, and the next one is information systems testing technicians. About the program, it says that the program criteria can change at any time, but we will use what was on the website when we received your application. Your application will be assessed according to the requirements which will be available on that time on this program. To be eligible for this tech talent pathway, the further way is through the Access Entry. About this program, it says that those accepted into the IRCC Access Entry pool may also be eligible through this stream. Those who choose to apply to this stream as IRCC Access Entry candidates have different requirements. Access Entry applicants received priority processing by IRCC for permanent residency with expected permanent residency application processing times of 6 months or less. So those who will apply to the Access Entry, their profile will be processed as soon as possible. The timeline is mentioned, that profile will be processed in the 6 months or less. Further, it says as a candidate in IRCC Access Entry pool, you may qualify for this subcategory if you live outside Canada or have proof of legal status in Canada, are not a refugee claimant, and have a valid Access Entry profile number and a job seeker code, have a language test result that meets the federal Access Entry language requirements, meet the following work experience requirements if applying from in Saskatchewan, currently working in Saskatchewan, and have worked 6 months of full-time work experience in the job with the employer that has provided you with a job approval letter. The work experience does not need to be consecutive work experience in either case. If you have not been working for your sporting employer full-time for at least 6 months, then you must have at least 1 year of work experience in your occupation within the last 5 years. If applying from inside or outside of Canada, 1 year of high skilled related work experience in the past 5 years in your intended eligible occupation. Be eligible for Saskatchewan licensing if applicable to your occupation. NOC 21311, no computer engineers except software engineers and designers. No code 21231 software engineers and designers, no code 21211 data scientists, and no 21310 electrical and electronics engineers will be required to provide a letter from the Association of Professional Engineers and Geoscientists of Saskatchewan showing that an application for registration as an engineer in training has been approved, or provide a letter from APEGS indicating that they have been assigned confirmatory exam. This is the same requirement as in the without representative. Further, it says have a post-secondary education that relates to your job you have been offered, master's or bachelor's degree or a 3-year degree at a university or college, or a diploma that requires 2 years at a university, college, trade or technical school or other post-secondary institution. Further, it says that you need to attest to your intent to work and reside in Saskatchewan. Further, it says that you need to have an offer for an eligible permanent full-time technology or innovation sector job in Saskatchewan. You will need a valid SINP job approval letter to show proof. Employers must register with the SINP and obtain the job approval letter. They will then provide the job approval letter to you if you meet their hiring qualification. Further, it says that the following high skilled technology and innovation occupations are eligible through this stream. The occupation and no codes are same. These are the same occupation and no codes. Again, it says that the program criteria can change at any time, but we will use that was on this website when we received your application. Now we will see that who cannot apply through SINP Tech Talent Pathway. Refugee claimants in Canada who are claiming refugee status from the Government of Canada, they cannot apply. Further, it says that you may not be eligible if you did not provide the required documents at the time of submitting your application. Suppose you have the job offer letter, now this is the time to submit your application, but on that time you need to show some required documents. But if you are not able to show these required documents, then you will not be eligible. Further, it says you were not able to prove that you plan to live and work in Saskatchewan. You need to show this. This is the requirement also. We can say if you do not do so, then you will not be eligible. You need to show your intention that you will definitely plan to live and work in Saskatchewan. Further, it says you and your representative have intentionally misrepresented yourself in the application. Further, it says how to apply. To apply to this pilot, you need a job offer. This is the first requirement. Anyhow, you must have the job offer. To start your search, please visit. This is the name of the site. Over there, you can search and you can get the job offer letter. Your employer will need to provide you with a job approval letter from the SINP. Additionally, please ensure that you follow the guidelines of the application process. Complete, scan and submit all of your required documents. Applicants that are submitted with missing documents or not translated will be returned. If your application is returned, you will be sent a letter and asked to reapply. This is a link where you can apply for this program. Once you go this link, first of all you need to create an account. After that you will complete all the sections, whatever will be asked you need to fill over there. Further, you need to scan and upload your completed forms and supporting documents in a PDF. Keep the originals for your records. After that, save and submit your application online. It was all about this Tech Talent Pathway program of Saskatchewan. And apart from this, if you want to know about any program, about any PNP, about representative, about anything of the Canadian immigration, anytime you can write down to me. My email ID is mentioned on the screen. I'll be more than happy to assist you. Thank you for watching this video. Stay positive always.